Hi, this is Dominic Keating. I played Lieutenant Malcolm Reed on Enterprise, as you probably know, and you are listening to the NX 7062 podcast. Enjoy.
Okay, hi! I threw myself off by using last year's video. I was like, wait, that's not what it was supposed to be. But it doesn't matter. It's still Dominic. It's still the intro. And I am still very, 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 very happy to be here. Look at all you cool people already hanging out. Hello. Hello, Robert and Uncle Hairball and Nancy and Dave, who was actually, Dave got a double shot tonight because he was watching I lost my train of thought. Sorry. He was watching the hey Tiff. He was watching the strike. Episode. Hello, Margit. So happy you could join us from Deutschland. So Dave's getting a double dose. Anybody that misses any of these shows, I love having you here live to chat with, but don't forget you can catch all of them whenever, because they were all on YouTube. So y'all know that I am going to have a special guest joining me this evening, and I am just waiting for the word, which was given at precisely 10 o'clock. So he's going to be in the green room in a little bit. But as you all know, I always like to open the show with some other stuff. So I told Mark he was excused from all the preliminary stuff. So if he comes on and there are issues, I blame him for not being here for the pre-show check. Hello, Ed. Oh, wow. Reaching out from down under. Ed, I appreciate that. That might be the furthest that anybody has joined me from for a live show. So Ed, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Tiffany, are we really going to know the difference, my dear? Hi. Okay, so I have a couple things I want to talk about, but first thing, before I forget, I believe we owe a huge happy birthday to the one and only Avery Brooks. I've been seeing that floating around, and I'm hoping it's today. Facebook has been terrible about actually showing me birthday stuff on people's actual birthdays, but a very, very, very happy birthday to Avery Brooks. I think that's a big important one that we should all acknowledge. Now, hey, JR. Yeah, it is. It's tomorrow already, I'm pretty sure. Yep, noon tomorrow. So it's a good time to be hanging out, Ed, right? Noon. And it's summer. It's gone on what? It's going on summer down there. Not summer. It was just winter. Spring. It's spring down there, right? Ed, springish, I hope. Okay. So I think we'll start with the ugly side of Star Trek fandoms. I saw a post the other day. So I didn't realize this. Joan Collins went to the 2015 STLV, and somebody posted how beautifully she was dressed. That's Joan Collins. I mean, that's her freaking style, is just beauty personified and couture and being put together. I don't think anybody would ever say that they've seen her wandering around in sweats and big sunglasses, but that's her. But then, of course, that got the post got everybody talking about stars now and how they should dress and how they shouldn't dress and how appropriate it is. And my post, of course, said, I believe stars should be comfortable. Do I expect them to show up in their pajamas? Of course not. But if they want to show up in jeans and a t-shirt, wherever they're comfortable, whatever makes them comfortable. Because if a star is comfortable sitting at their table for however many hours they're going to be sitting there, making conversations, signing autographs, getting up for selfies, all of that, if they're in comfortable clothes, that probably means that they're going to be happy, because we all know what it's like to be in uncomfortable clothes for extended periods of time. So if they're comfortable, that means they're happy. If they're happy, then their interactions with the fans are going to be good. So I believe that minus, pajamas and whatnot, a star should be able to wear what they want. And it really isn't anybody else's purview just because they're buying a photo op to say how they think a star should dress. And somebody replied with the whole, well, they're comfortable enough to sit for 8 hours at a gambling and drinking, before, they were very nasty and they were speaking out of their behind, and I said, and I defended my position. And I know time stuff. It's wibbly wobbly, timey wimey in the live chat, JR. And I defended my position, and their response at one point was they are marketing product, because I said they're humans. And the response was they are marketing product. And I went, wow, they're human beings. Actors are freaking human beings. You know, they don't have to go to conventions. They don't have to do anything that they don't want to do. They're there because on whatever level it is, they want to be there, and they know how they're supposed to act around their fans, and they know how to show respect to their fans. And I have yet to see a star show up where I'm like, really, that's how you dress? A friend of mine did tell me that one celebrity that was at one of the Comic-Cons that she worked did show up in sweatpants hanging down around her arse and just looked so bad that people were complaining about her. That is the exception, not the rule. I am not going to say who it was. That is the exception, not the rule. And I just really wanted to come out and say how annoyed I was at this particular person calling celebrities a product, because you all know me and my conventions 101, 102, all of that stuff is so that I can humanize, and that you guys can see the human factor that is involved in these conventions, and not, Star Trek stars, but Star Trek actors, and actors are human beings and whatever. So, actors aren't anybody's product, and they are definitely not your puppets, which means you don't get to tell them how to dress. And that does it for the bitching part of the evening. And let's see. What's next? Oh yes, Lower Decks. Yeah, exactly. Ugh, product. I was as red as that emoji, Dave. Trust me, I was that red when they said that their marketing product, asking for my advertising dollars. So my parting shot to them was, you got one thing right in all of this. You're right. It is your money. And if you don't buy a photo op ticket till day of. And if you don't like the way they're dressed day of, don't buy the ticket. It's really that simple. Lower Decks. What a fabulous episode. Went right back to it. I mean, how TNG heavy was it? Betazoids, and Wendy Malick, who I absolutely love, was one of the voices of one of the Beta Z women. But we got the Beta Zs. We've got, what is it, Binari syndrome, the thing, I almost said Savick, that Sarek had in TNG. So much TNG, and then let's just slide in some Malcolm Reed, and it wasn't just a one-off at all. They showed the Malcolm Reed puzzle, then they showed it again. Then Boimler said Malcolm Reed. And honestly, that was a lot better than Connor's little voice in Very Short Treks. Very Short Treks isn't really doing it for me. It's not that funny. It's leaning towards gross. That one TNG one was disgusting, if you ask me. And listen, I am not one to sneeze, pun intended, at gross humor. I love South Park. I really do. I love South Park. Rick and Morty, but that's gross but funny. This was just gross to be gross, and so I was not a fan, but I figured I might as well watch them all to get to the Connor episode, which was just, oh my god, if you had any issues with strobing, I don't think you should watch that episode. That was way too much. And I was really excited for Connor, and he's right. When he posted on Twitter, whatever it was that he said, I'm back, sort of, or kind of. I was like, no, you're back. And I'm like, no, I owe Connor an apology. He was only kind of back. And it was just, yeah. And they had fun too. Dom actually put on a blue Enterprise outfit. Oh, hold on. Yes, he did. I was there for that one. Somebody gave him one at the table. That was your first STLV? Yes, they are. They do have fun, and they enjoy having fun with their fans. And Bendy syndrome. Yes, it really was, Dave. Absolutely. Thank you for throwing that out there. Bendy syndrome. It was a great episode. But like I said, just Very Short Treks is a complete turn off right now. I just No, and you know what was disappointing was obviously you couldn't get, you couldn't get Bacula for it. I mean, and I get it. I completely understand it, but hey, Jean, thanks for joining us. Um so that's my review on very short treks and lower decks. Lower decks. I mean, the Enterprise love this year is amazing, and I am loving it. It's like he's they're making up for all the times that they didn't do anything with Enterprise, that they were light on their Enterprise references, and now we're getting some amazing Enterprise references. See, now you write me back. Oh, this is what I get for messaging people right before I go on air. Here's another thing. Anybody that's in the New York City area, this is sort of kind of Trek related. I'm putting it out there because Peter is a friend of mine, but Peter Macon, who plays Bortus on the Orville, is going to be in New York City for a premiere of a new movie that sounds amazing. It's called Shelter in Solitude. Sean, I want to say, oh God, I know I pronounced this name wrong. It's Siobhan, and I know that it has a very simple pronunciation, and I never remember when it is. But Sean Fallon is going to be there for a Q&A. Peter's coming up. It looks amazing. Tickets are only $23 for the movie and Q&A. It's Friday night in New York City at 7 p.m. If anybody's going to be there, shoot me a direct message in on Facebook or Twitter or anywhere that you are following me. So Shoban, thank you, Nancy. Shoban. So anybody that is going to be in the New York City area on Friday and is interested in going to this movie, I have the link, and I would love to go with friends and people and go see Peter and support Peter in whatever it is that he's doing. Okay, so I think I have a message from my guest. Give me 1 second. All right. We are a few minutes away from our appearance of my guest. So it gives me time to talk about Ahsoka. Who is watching Ahsoka? Oh, is that what we met? That's awesome. That is awesome, JR. I love that. Yes, back in my Lambda Quadrant days. They're an amazing group. They're actually doing a live Holocon. They're doing another online convention. When I was with them, we started doing them back in we had a we did it a lot during the pandemic when people couldn't go to conventions. We were doing it a lot, and they're bringing it back, and I think it's amazing. I've already tweeted about it once. It's the beginning of November. I will share it again. Lambda Quadrant, even though I left the group, in case anybody doesn't know, hey, Word Dog, I left Lambda Quadrant under very mutual circumstances. I love those guys to death, but committing to Lambda and my own show and the Shuttle Pod show, that's a lot to do within the Star Trek community. So something had to give, and unfortunately it was Lambda Quadrant at this point, just because here and Shuttle Pod show just kind of fit where my trajectory. So but I still support everything they do, and I'd still love to see everybody who is here pop by Holocon at the beginning of November. It's slow. I mean, I did binge it. I was so behind. I did binge it. But I'm still enjoying it. I don't think it's as slow as some of the other things that I have seen. So I'm enjoying it. Someone had a hand in Lower Decks mentioning Enter. If someone had a hand, Margit, I'm not sure. I mean, they're mentioning everybody. They just Lower Decks is known for its not subtle mentions of like everything. Absolutely everything. It's just for all the seasons before that, Enterprise was getting the short end of the stick. Now I feel like they're making up for lost time. They're making up for lost time. and doing more Enterprise mentions, which I am not arguing with. Yes, excellent question, Nancy. Have you hit the like button? If you are not subscribed, why not? Let's see. Okay. Dave says, I am in love with Pergillis and I don't care who knows, but really enjoying the show. A bit rattled on Thrawn's depiction. That's my only rub. It's been, first of all, I love the fact that actually somebody called him the heir to the Empire, because that was actually the title of one of the novels he was in. It's been a while since I picked up a Star Wars novel, let alone the ones that introduced the Grand Admiral. But I know that physically that's not what he looked like. I'm pretty much okay with how he's acting. I have not watched Andor because I thought people were telling me Andor was slow, and so I haven't actually watched that yet. Maybe when I'm done Ahsoka, I'll have to check it out. I think my favorite thing, I don't like Hayden Christensen. I thought he was terrible in the prequels. I know that wasn't completely his fault, but my personal theory is that there are two main components to a movie. Like, directing and all that aside, the two biggest components, and soundtrack, the two biggest components are the actors and the script. You can have a bad script, but if you have a good actor, they can make it palatable. I mean, a bad script's a bad script, but if you have a good actor, there's something that they can do, and it's definitely more palatable. You can have a bad actor and a good script, and if you're lucky, the good script, the bad actor, the good script will pull the bad actor up a little bit, and again, it'll be palatable. Obviously, what you want are good actors and good scripts. That's obviously the perfection. But if you don't have if at least either of those components aren't good, in other words, you've got bad acting and a bad script. Thanks, War Dog. I knew. Thank you for confirming it was today. I said happy birthday earlier before you got here, and I was just hoping that I saw the posts in time. So thanks for confirming that for me, War Dog. But if you have a bad actor and a bad script, then there's no hope. And Anakin's acting and a poor script, he was my least favorite character. I thought he was terrible. I am liking him in Ahsoka. I think he's much better in Ahsoka than he was actually in the movies. And I think my favorite line so far has to be, spoiler alert, when Ahsoka is in that netherworld talking to him, and he's goading her and goading her and goading her, and she says, I will not fight you. And he turns around and says, I've heard that before. I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah, by the way, Mark's here. Oh, that sucks, Margit. I'm sorry. Mark is here. So since I'm pretty much done, let's see about bringing Mark into this chat. See how this works. Sorry, Mark is here. I dropped something. Okay, y'all. I kind of like this with me being extra large and Mark being teeny tiny, but let's be fair. Drop something. Okay, y'all. I kind of like this with me being extra large and Mark being teeny tiny. I'm just having fun, Mark. There we go. There we go. That's the look I wanted. That's the look I wanted. Who's that? Is
that's some orchid that I got for Erica?
Aw.
Unnamed orchid number 12.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Can't wait to see it. I'm assuming it's eventually going to bloom.
Hey, War Dog Heim and Margit and Dave Gregory and Nancy Congdon. How was the wedding, Nancy? Nancy's daughter got married, I think, if I'm not talking out of school.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw posts somewhere. Where did this come up? I like wearing my fleece bottoms all the time. War Dog, could you expound on that? Not sure. Oh, Nancy says very nice. Thank you.
Hello.
Well, congratulations, Nancy, on your daughter's wedding. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so Mark is here. And Mark is basically here because Mark has never been to STLV before, and Mark went last month, 2 months ago. So we're here to talk about, what does Mark think about STLV? How was his first experience?
STLV was amazing.
Care to expound on that, sir?
I mean, it was filled with Star Trek fans.
Yep.
It was filled with Star Trek fans. It was filled with people who support and enjoy our show. So there were people who were having fun. I mean, it was amazing to meet so many people whose names I recognize from being in the community around our show, and then to have the opportunity to, have a drink with them or a conversation with them at the booth, or, it was a lot of people told me it was going to be overwhelming, but for me, it was very exciting.
No, I think, I mean, it's overwhelming.
And
but
thank you, by the way. Thank you for, you took charge of sort of making sure, because we did it so last minute that we, the booth, our booth came together on the vendor floor very last minute, like literally in the days leading up to it, and upon arrival, it was still kind of coming together. STLV, the programmers, the producers of that event, were very generous to us for giving us a space and infrastructure that we needed, and like an outlet to plug stuff in on our booth and all that. So,
well, you're very welcome. It was my pleasure. I mean, this is what I do. I love doing it. I love being the girl on the inside, recon on the floor. That was fun. But yeah, and they gave us a great spot because 455 Films is amazing. And we got to spend time talking to Dave, who runs 455 Films.
Yeah, we were right next to them.
Yeah, it was honest. Yeah, it was great. Well, JR, you're going to have a chance, because I think we're talking about doing it next year. I mean, there are rumors. So, Nancy said, Mark. I'm scrolling back through the chats. Shuttlepod Show popped in. Hello, Shuttlepod Show. I didn't want to interrupt Mr. Cartier while he was talking.
Oh, who's that?
I don't know. You would know better than I would. Somebody who's got your account is here. So I don't know. Hey, Jober. Hi, just noticed you. I enjoyed the one very short trek. Yeah, I'm an old body, but a juvenile at heart. Nothing wrong with being a juvenile at heart, War Dog. Shuttlepod Show says, hey, boss. Yeah, you can ask him anything you want, Shuttlepod Show. This is a safe space. So if you want to ask him any questions, please feel free. Did Connor, I think, too, like Connor and Dominic got to do something that they don't get to do. I think it was nice to kind of...
I'm tooling with my background because it's my first time ever using your...
Hey, we know that face too.
I'm accidentally tooling around with the background.
Go ahead, play with the background. Yeah, you know what I realized last week? I was fading in and out of the background, and I realized it's because I wasn't actually using the green screen. I was just doing that virtual background thing that it does without a green screen, and it definitely was washing me out. So I set up my green screen, and now it's working much better. So, but that's great. Yours is working great. You're like still visible. I don't know why it doesn't like me as well as it likes you. Let's see how Jober did in his tryouts. All right, Jober, you know what? If there's one thing we all know about you, there isn't a hill that you can't climb. So it might be a long road, but you're going to get there from here. We all have faith in you. Okay, have I exhausted that enough?
Let's see. Who did I miss? Nancy's here. She went to a wedding. War Dogheim is here. He probably went fishing this weekend. Dave Gregory is here. He was probably just badass this weekend. J.R. Poole, Margit stayed up all night.
Margit stayed up it's 4 a.m. for her. So Margit stayed up, and we appreciate that to no end.
Margit's the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tiffany, I know you ignore Tiffany because she's the queen of trivia, but you should.
Is Tiffany here?
Yeah, there she is. She's waving.
Hello, Tiffany. Thanks for beating me at trivia.
Not gonna live that down.
No, not only did she beat me at trivia, but I think she beat me at the in Vegas too, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
Did we have a drunken impromptu?
Every rematch, she beat you the rematch we did here. She beat you at the rematch in Vegas. You need to have her on the show.
I don't think so.
Oh, boo, boo, JR, boo. Oh, wait, hold on. Jober says, this is just part 1 of 3, so there's still a chance once they drop the low scores. There you go. There you go.
STLV was amazing. I had no idea what it was before. That was my first ever Star Trek convention. It was my first time ever.
Oh, yeah, while you were changing the backgrounds around. I mean, and it was neat to see Connor and Dominic do things other than just sit at their tables. It was fun to have them, stop by. And
well, they were a little they were a little concerned about it too. One, arts, not to sound grotesque, but they make a little money at these conventions, and
just a little, yeah.
Well, I mean,
no, but now is more important.
It is just a little.
What?
It is just a little, it's like
it just, what, it depends on the crowd, it depends on the year, but this year I think was more important to them than others. Well, yes, with the
that's
strike.
One of the things I was going to say is this year there was such an enthusiasm for the Shuttle Pod show, which was so surprising to all of us. Connor and Dominic said it a number of times at the convention and since that there was an undertone at this year's STLV about the Shuttle Pod show, which was so exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they had they were busier than they have been in a long time.
Oh, that's amazing.
At their booth, signing autographs and taking pictures this year.
That's cool.
And their Q&A in the big room had 4 times, 5 times more people in it than it did last year or the year before.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
So
that's fantastic. So
it was exciting, and it was exciting to get one. It was exciting for us as a show, Erica, myself, and all of our support crew to experience it and understand it, to understand what is sort of expected of Connor and Dominic at these events, and to understand sort of the economics of how it all works.
Right.
How do people get paid, when, and how, and what's expected of them? It was really very, very interesting. And but I got to say that my most favorite thing was just the huge number of people who were so enthusiastically lovers of Star Trek. That was so much fun for me.
Yeah.
I think, so Erica. Erica was really sweet to deal with my sort of overwhelming of nerdiness at the convention.
Well, Erica was fabulous at the convention too. She was a lot of fun to hang out with, and she
fabulous everywhere.
Oh yeah, and she looked amazing every day, and so put together. And having her around was.
You want to come say hi?
Is that her leaving on a motorcycle?
Yeah, she does that sometimes.
No, it was great.
She hops on that hog and hauls off.
Hey,
that's me on my motorcycle.
Hi. Nobody's allowed to ask Erica any questions tonight because you got to save them all till next week.
Woo!
Erica is going to be on next week to talk about other stuff.
I didn't tell you that. Maybe you knew.
Surprise, Mark.
It's not on my master's schedule.
Well, it should be. No, Erica. Oh, Nancy says hi. Erica is coming on. Part of it is kind of like a follow-up to all the everything, like the Shuttle Pod show with the strike, with their strike special, my strike special. Erica's going to come on and talk about the strike from her point of view.
Thank you. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my motorcycle.
Yeah, it's I know you jumped off and ran in here.
Troublemaker.
Everybody says hi and bye, Erica. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
you grab me a bottle of water and
Will you grab me a?
would you be a sweetheart? Grab me a mineral water and bitters maybe.
Oh, and tell Erica that Ed said that she's the better 3/4. So, Mark, do you say tell Erica she's the better 3/4?
She's the what?
She's instead of the better half, she's your better 3/4.
Oh, she is my better 3/4.
That's from Ed.
I mean, we established that I have her by over 100 pounds, so it's a little inaccurate, but I get what you're saying.
All right, JR, writing like Silver Spoons. I am doing a Silver Spoons rewatch on the Roku channel.
Are
so
you?
That is so funny. Yes, yeah. Roku has Silver Spoons, and I've been kind of tuning in. Aaron Gray, who from Buck Rogers, and who actually now runs Heroes for Hire, which is a booking agency which your buddy Gary Graham belongs with. She reps him. So
Yeah.
Yup. But I'm a Buck Rogers fan. My sister sort of got me into it, so I am a Buck Rogers in the 25th Century fan, which makes knowing Barbara Luna that much more awesome because she was in a couple episodes in the 3rd season. Yes, you do need to do a Buck Rogers rewatch. Absolutely. One of my biggest regrets, honestly, is that Felix Silla used to come to Vegas every year, and he was hanging out at the Land of the Lost table while I was there, and I should have said hello to him because he was Tweaky. So,
Tweaky?
Tweaky, the little booty. He was Mel Blanc did the voice, but Felix was in the costume. He was in the Tweaky. So he was the walking, talking embodiment of Tweaky. And I missed my chance to say hi to him. Among other things, he was also Cousin It. And see, a lot of Buck Rogers love. Colonel, what was not to love about Wilma Deering in those cat suits? I think the only other actress that's ever pulled off cat suits that well, I got to give props to Yvonne Craig and Julie Newmar. And Aaron Gray.
They're up there. Better 4/4. Ed.
So do you have any other I mean, I know you want to go back next year, and we're going to start planning way earlier.
Okay, so for the Rio is not necessarily a hotel that I would go to Vegas for because it's sort of its reputation has been one of like being a where are you going, baby? Like like college party casino.
Yep.
But that was like 30 years ago. So, thank you.
Where's that music coming from?
It's not coming from us.
That is so weird.
It's not coming from me.
Oh, I know where it's coming from. Okay. I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead. Shut up. There we go. Sorry about that.
So this was my first time in the Rio, so it's one of those casinos that I didn't really had to learn where everything was.
Yeah, definitely.
You know how you walk into a place like that and it's like, oh heavens, you don't know if you walked in a mile away from where you're supposed to be because they're all huge. So it took a second to get to know it, but it was amazing because everyone in there had a uniform on or had a badge on or had some Star Trek shirt on.
Yeah, like if you didn't know where you were going, just follow everybody else that was dressed.
Yeah.
Well, and the Rio is going to be under new management as of today, actually, I think.
Yeah, it was under construction while we were there. They had an entire wing closed down to redo all the rooms.
Yeah, I can't wait for that to happen.
The convention center was really kind of awesome, though. Like there's a lot of long hallways, which is,
Yeah, but for what it is, it makes it so that you don't feel claustrophobic.
Yeah, a big space. A lot of people can move around. I really loved. Once you get back into the convention, it was all very cool.
And what did I tell you about that panel room? That main room is just amazing.
Oh, it's huge.
I know.
I can't wait for next year. We've got big plans for next year. We're working with Creation on our plan for next year. So we're going to be a part of it.
That's
So
amazing.
we'll be able to announce really early what we're doing, and
Right.
I think getting the lay of land was fun, and meeting everybody who showed up was super fun. And when we had not necessarily an impromptu, but almost an impromptu happy hour and toast for our Patreon members in the Circle Bar at the front of the hotel,
iBar.
I was shocked by the number of people who were there who were all Patreon members. It was amazing.
Yes. And how many of them were amazing and signed up or extended their patronage while they were visiting the table.
Yeah, we got over 100 new members, supporters for the show at the convention alone, which was amazing. And we're trying so hard to make our membership have value. As a lot of you are aware, if you watch the show, we're really working hard on just keeping an episode going out every week. We moved into our own space, which came with a tremendous financial, responsibility, burden, cost, but also saves us a lot of money in the long run because we don't have to pay for crew to help us move gear in and out of wherever we're shooting, the theater we had been shooting in for a while or wherever. We used to have to rent cargo vans and get 3-4 people to schlep gear around and set it up a day in advance and take it down the next day. And so there's a lot going on, and getting those being able to meet all of the people in Vegas and getting such an influx of supporters was the energy was amazing. The people are all every one of them were magical.
It's my family reunion every year. I agree, Ed. There really isn't a space like the Rio has. The Rio has such
amazing... it was so great.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the big, the only thing I liked when it was at Bally's was that you were closer to the convention center. When you got off the elevators, the convention center was right there. I spent lunches up in my room because it was just easy to get to, not so as easy as it is in the Rio. But I would trade that in for the space any day because Bally's space just was terrible for what we wanted.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, a lot of people were disappointed. There was a lot of issues. I'm glad it's at the Rio. I'm glad they're staying at the Rio. I know some of that was up in the air when it was announced that they were changing hands. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, Ed, that happy hour was really nice. We got some cases of champagne to toast with all. If you're a Patreon member, we had a toast. We reserved the bar and we had a little thing. We had a toast. We thanked everyone for being Patreon members, for supporting the show. Erica, Connor, Dominic all made a little thank you, personalized thank you or a speech. We had to get something like 8 more cases of champagne.
Oh my God.
We expected maybe 20, 30 people would be there.
Right. It was.
But there were over 100.
Oh, wow.
Which was kind of amazing.
Dave is absolutely right. It is somebody asked me which I would rather do, the cruise or the Rio. And just because it's tough, but you know what? More people go to the Rio.
Treks and Trekkers, the Shuttle Pod Show live in Los Angeles. That's what you would rather do.
Well, on top of all of them, I mean, that goes without saying. Absolutely. Mark, you ship you, Connor, and Dominic your engraved beer stock. Oh, that would be I'd love to see those, at which point you all have your own SPS mugs to use during filming. Oh, that's generous. That's amazing. Can't wait to see those when you get them. And Chris, thank you for joining us. This is from Chris Marshall. He's going to be sending you guys Steins.
Oh, he already gave one to Erica, I think.
Yeah, then I did. I met you at STLV because I saw that. It was beautiful. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Love that.
Yeah, he had a glass stein and etched into the glass an image. Was it your face, Erica?
Yeah, it was my face.
Yeah.
It was a shuttle pod photo of me.
The Shuttle Pod Show photo of it was awesome. It was really awesome, and we're looking forward to getting the rest of them. We've got a space in our new studio.
Yes, you've got a new studio. You can do it as you please. I know you guys are redesigning it now with a little bit of help from a professional set designer. So we get to see
Liz Klukowski and the Akutas and a whole bunch of other Star Trek. Are you airdropping me stuff?
Yeah, I just thought I think
Sorry, Erica's trying to airdrop me stuff. I'm gonna decline, babe.
I think it's too late.
Well,
rude.
I lost my train of thought.
The Kudas people helping you design the space.
Oh, there are a bunch of Star Trek art department people from over the decades who are now contributing to the art direction of our new studio space, which is really exciting. We're gonna have little Easter eggs from all the different Star Trek series.
We're gonna get Elcars somewhere.
And movies, and the Akutas have been working with Liz on a bunch of stuff for our new
that's
space.
gonna be amazing. Carpet, cool carpeting.
I believe, and I don't want to. If I'm wrong about this, then forgive me now. But I believe that we have been gifted the original pencil drawn the Enterprises in Captain Archer's office from the bridge.
The ones that Tran actually said, "Have you served on all these vessels?"
Yes,
that
you
one.
Serve on all of these vessels. Yeah.
Yes, that was actually just on the other day. That's why it's like right in my head. But yes.
So the originals of all of those originals are going to be on our wall at the new studio.
Oh my God, that's. I'm saying
it's exciting.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I can say that. That's my show. It's fucking amazing.
And we have I don't want to. We're not really trying to build a museum or anything, but like Connor and Dominic have all these collectibles that they've had over the years, all the stuff they had from set. Yeah. And I've been working to go through them all and grab them and organize them and catalog them. And
the rock. Doesn't Dominic have one? He said before he has like rocks from one of the
a set rock.
Yeah, he has a set rock. He mentioned it in something somewhere. I don't even remember which episode, but he's like, yeah, I took a couple of rocks. So yeah, get the set rock.
So we're kind of hoping to have some exclusive, exciting, kind of rare artifacts from the shows.
Right. And it's just going to be, I think it's going to be cool to see it every week as it morphs into the final vision.
Yeah. And, what we're really hoping for is that, our community can start coming through the stage. We want to do some live shows and invite our Patreon members to participate. We want to invite our Patreon members to come to set. We've already started doing that. We've had a lot of our Patreon members on set while we shoot our episodes, and we'd like to continue that now that we have home. Oh, speaking of the devil, Liz Klukowski is texting me right now.
Hi, Liz.
She's asking me if we already have the black drape. We have a bunch of it, but not all of it. We have a bunch of it, but not all of it. Maybe.
It's funny, Dave. I'm seeing you tag me, and I'm like, why are people sticking my name at the end? And I forgot I changed my name on YouTube. So when I'm in the Shuttle Pod Show chats, people will actually see my name and my show. Yes, he was great. Those I love etched glass. I have an Imperial insignia on an etched stein. I just love that kind of artwork. I think it's so cool. So
yeah, and we are working on a surprise for Erica and Connor and Dominic.
Now, does your space have seating for people, or is it just, are you going to put in seats for guests, like people to watch, or is it too small? I mean, what kind of idea?
I mean, it's a little small. We have enough space for two sort of sets. We're going to have a standing Shuttle Pod Show set, and then another set, which is going to kind of whatever we need it to be.
Away missions.
Yeah, they're small. It's small, but it's ours.
Aww.
And that second space can kind of open up. we do have a bunch of chairs. In fact, we're going to have about 6 people in our audience live in our studio on Wednesday for Rod Roddenberry.
Oh, love Rod. Rod's an amazing
which
human.
is going to be live on Wednesday. So Rod will be live on Wednesday at 2:00 Pacific time.
So 5. Oh, so 5 my time. Okay. Maybe I'll have to order out. I'll have Uber Eats deliver, so that way I don't get hungry while I'm watching. I'll be able to eat pizza or whatever and watch the show. Because that was the live event. You know, the strike, it's still going on. Hopefully soon to be resolved. But I know that back at the table.
So we're hoping if any of our Patreon members or our members, now that we've expanded membership into YouTube and onto our website coming soon, any of our members is in LA, just let us know and you can come in and watch us tape a show live if you're in town when we're doing that.
There you go.
That's something that we really want to do. And our next live event that we're going to do in, looks like March now.
Yeah, that was my next question, because I know the other date was not doable.
Yeah, February is not good for us, which is too bad because February is our birthday.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to do something in March. I don't know. We haven't settled on it yet. I would like to do so in the next couple of days, but we're going to have another live event in Los Angeles. We're going to have we're going to do another play starring all Star Trek actors. We're going to have another table read of an episode of Star Trek with the cast with all Star Trek actors. And we're going to have another Shuttle Pod show live. We're going to expand a bit and simplify a bit. And we're hoping to have a housewarming party with all of our patron members.
Do you know, I mean, is it too soon to ask if it's going to be in the same location as it was last year without disclosing the location?
Bye, Ed. Nice to see you. See you later.
No, we're not. Ed, that's why they're changing the dates. It's in March.
Cruise, yeah. We will not overlap with the cruise. The question that we're trying to figure out is, should we be in front of the cruise or after the cruise? In front of the cruise, I think, is February. Connor's really concerned about the Super Bowl.
Well, he is ex-football.
He doesn't want to overlap with the Super Bowl because he thinks that people won't come because of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and we were talking about this. If you don't do the Super Bowl weekend, you've got one other shot before the cruise leaves. Because there's one weekend between the Super Bowl and the cruise. Which actually could work out if there were people that were willing to come out for the cruise, because the cruise leaves on a Thursday. This is how Mark and I do things sometimes when we're talking. And he's not here, so I'm just going to save it till he gets back.
Right?
Can you hear me, Mark?
The cruise is out of Florida?
Yeah, the cruise is out of Florida. So yeah, so bringing people to LA for the weekend before the cruise probably isn't going to work. Because because the cruise also leaves on a Thursday. So that's a little not going to work. So I think we're all looking at March, but you know, you guys are hearing it here first. This is literally like a meeting. Yeah, because
we thought we had our date, but when Connor and I were dealing with it, we realized that the dates were wrong. So,
oopsie, Connor.
Oopsie.
Yeah, because if you don't want to, I mean, you've got a couple weekends at the beginning of February. You've got one weekend at the beginning of February. Then it's Super Bowl weekend. Then you've got another weekend between Super Bowl and the cruise. And I don't think you can split people that close to the cruise. I don't think you're going to be able to pull people from.
When does the cruise end? March?
It's a 7-day cruise, so it ends on the 29th.
29th. Okay. So,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I think you're looking at March.
I mean, there's a lot of people who aren't going to go on the cruise who can come.
Right. But if you do it, if you take the cruise into consideration, you could get people that go on the cruise and will also come to yours.
Well, the issue also is that we may be on the cruise this year.
That's true too. We are fingers crossed for that because, I'm a great PA. I will fetch and carry. And I don't even care if you shove me in an interior cabin. I've done that before. Because it's all about being there. It's amazing. The cruise is amazing. And it's something every Star Trek fan should do at some point in their life. And I just realized I forgot my drink. Ugh. How am I supposed to get a sponsor if I don't have the alcohol?
I'm just drinking soda water and bitters.
Yum.
That's my go-to these days.
Yeah. I have I have my High Noon pineapple that I discovered in Vegas, and I was drinking it when I was filling in when you guys had issues that Sunday before Vegas getting your show up, and I was drinking it and I found it here and it's amazing. And I meant to go grab it before the show and I forgot. It's vodka soda with fresh pineapple juice. And it's really, really, really delicious. And yes, I got pineapple because Malcolm Reed. Super Bowl is like an unofficial holiday here in Pittsburgh. Yeah. I went to the Smiles play and they actually delayed our curtain until the game ended. Yeah, see, exactly.
We are for our live event, this second round. If you came to the first event, there's going to be all kinds of perks for you.
Awesome.
And we're working on it. It's gonna, we want to reward the people who,
membership has its privileges.
Yeah, we want to reward the people who trusted us by coming to the first one.
Right. Yeah, because that was your inaugural year and everything. Absolutely.
I've heard some horror stories about startup conventions, and I'm really glad that I think ours went off well. I don't think we let it.
No, you didn't let it because you weren't doing a convention, not in the conventional way. Like this was.
Yeah, we were doing a show.
Yeah, this was just 3 days of performance.
So the things that were so much fun from our live event were, the cocktail reception with Star Trek celebrities in the lobby.
Yes.
After the show.
Oh my God, talking to Walter Koenig was a highlight for me.
Right? Yeah, and he loved it. He was just trolling around the lobby talking to everybody.
Yeah, we talked about his writing, what he's doing now, how he's keeping busy. He's sharp as a tack too. For anybody that's wondering,
we had a tequila sponsor, tequila tasting. We had a tequila rep teaching us how to drink their tequila and what their versions were, or whatever. It was a lot of fun.
The drinks that like the warp cores and everything, those drinks that the bartenders came up with were fantastic. They were fantastic. The fact that you were giving away tickets and people were showing up last minute was great.
Yeah, we did a giveaway. We had 12 people win passes.
Yep. This year, now that I've got my Surface Pro and a camera, this year I will hopefully be able to do some more live streaming than I did last year, because last year was the computer.
We fully intend to set up a spot we would like to invite a number of podcasts and shows, and we'd love to just set them up and then run our guests through, saying hello, the speed dating version of a podcast.
Oh, that would be so much fun. I would be down for that. I would totally be down for that. Might be the only way to get some.
Have, brunches, lunches, dinners, happy hours, tamales.
Oh, the tamales were so good. I took some of those home with me because I was staying there for the week, and I just never refrigerator.
They were so good.
Yes, and I never had a tamale before, so that was fun.
Oops. Oh, and they were even better than tamales. They were Oaxacan tamales, so they were made in banana leaves.
They were so good. But the Fox and Hounds was awesome. And that's owned by a Trekkie, so I'm assuming there's going to be at least one event there again.
Yes, and he's married to an Italian.
He's
right, babe?
Is he really?
He's a British guy married to an Italian.
And they have Scotch eggs, and those Scotch eggs were so good. I love a good Scotch egg. I'd asked you, are you thinking about having it without, like I said, without revealing the location? Are you thinking about having it in the same spot this year? Because that was such a great spot.
We're starting our plan at the same spot as last year. And once we get to a certain threshold on ticket sales, if we get to a certain number, we're going to move it.
Because that's, it
But
was
the move, but the move won't affect where people stay. So,
oh, perfect. Oh, perfect.
but also our studio is just up the street from that theater.
Oh, neat. Okay. That's a great location. Again, not giving anything away. That was just a fabulous, easy to access location. The parking was great for those of us that rented cars. So it was a great location and iconic. So it would be nice to get back there, but I am good with anything. I was just curious because I really did like that vacation. Okay, Dave, the Scotch eggs at Fox and Hounds were good. And no disrespect to Fox and Hounds, but the first place I went to that I had it was actually this really great place in Santa Monica, which I have to get back to, that has Scotch eggs. That was the first place I had them, and that's where I really
Oh
loved.
yeah, the best Scotch eggs I've ever had are at a place called Cat and the Fiddle, which is an infamous Los Angeles British pub.
Oh, well, maybe we'll have to do that. Because if I come out when I'm thinking about when I come out for the live show, I'm probably going to do the same thing. I'm probably going to set it up so I'm there for at least a week. I'll just work. I'll get up early. I'll do my job, and then I'll hang out at night. Because I had some fun just being there. I drove to Malibu all by myself the one night, and it was a gorgeous drive. And I know you're not a fan of Malibu, but when you come out of the one canyon,
no, I'm a fan of Malibu. I'm just not a fan of how far away it is from where I traditionally have to spend all day working. I don't like commuting.
Gotcha.
So
Lasso in for the funny. That's adorable, Cadbury. Yeah, but no, coming around whatever canyon I was coming out of that's right by Pepperdine, and you've got like the entire Pacific just laid out in front of you while you're
Topanga.
Thank you. Topanga Canyon, coming out of Topanga Canyon when you're driving out there at sunset, it was absolutely gorgeous.
There's a chance we're kind of thinking about, I don't know.
Oh, come on. It's the after party. Spill it.
I was kind of thinking about maybe moving it to Santa Monica.
The live show?
Yeah, but but I don't know.
Listen, if I can go get Scotch eggs at that pub, I'd be happy. But it's a little more congested than where we were.
Yes, it's big time. I liked our spot in Burbank.
Yeah. Dave Gregory's going to be in LA in 3 weeks.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Why don't you get a hold of me, Dave?
There you go. Anthony Montgomery posted one of his late. I got to look this up because Mark, I got to ask you if we're going to be talking about great places to eat in LA and things to do in LA, because we can turn this into an LA travel thing. Let me see if I can find it on Insta. You guys can all just sit and talk amongst yourselves. Come on, there he is. He was just at dinner in, it looks like, Pendry, West Hollywood rooftop.
Yeah. Oh, I know that very well.
The picture looked amazing. I actually replied to him with, I'm putting that on my list.
Who posted
Anthony
this?
Montgomery.
Hey,
he's back in LA. But I saw that, and just the view itself. I mean, if I can't afford it, if all I can get is bread and water just to go up there for the view, it looks like it's worth it. Is that someplace you'd recommend for anybody that's going to be out in LA?
The Pendry? Yes. Yes.
All right, Dave.
But you also better be ready to spend $900 a night if you're going to stay there.
Oh, it's in a hotel.
The Pendry is a very fabulous hotel.
Okay, but you can just go up to the rooftop and eat without being a guest at the hotel, I would assume, or not.
I mean, if you get a reservation, it depends. I think that Pendry has a new house private club in it, so it might not be. I don't know, but there's lots of that. There's lots of awesome rooftop.
Yeah, that's something I haven't done yet in LA that I want to do. I want to go horseback riding again next time I'm out in LA.
Yeah, the horseback riding stuff. Eric and I just had a picnic on the beach as the sun went down just now. That's why we were.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, somebody sent me pictures. So I told you, I gave you permission to be late.
Thank you for that.
So yeah, that was gorgeous. Again, just another reason why I want to be in LA. It's another reason why I want to move to LA. I want beach sunsets year round.
So what we're doing, Rod Roddenberry live on Wednesday. We're gonna do the Akutas episode. Will premiere on Sunday.
Yep, you got
Then
that straightened out, so that's ready to rock and roll.
Then next week is Herman Zimmerman, I believe.
Okay.
The 11th, yeah. So next Wednesday is Herman Zimmerman.
Absolutely, Tiff. Absolutely, we'll make a day of it. It's amazing. Horseback riding up in the Hollywood Hills. Sunset Ranch. For anybody that's going out to LA that wants to horseback ride, Sunset Ranch. So what else do you have? So you're doing 2 shows. So you've got the live show on Wednesday, the Okudas on Sunday, and then you're just back to Sunday scheduling, or are you thinking about doing more live stuff?
I think we're gonna do more live stuff, but I'm not really sure about the timing on it. Wednesday is a weird day, but that's traditionally the day that we shoot.
Right.
Getting into our space allows us, to set up. We have a better internet connection than we have anywhere else. We have, infrastructure that we can hardwire our equipment and leave it stand, so we're not it's a lot less wear and tear on our equipment by being in our new space. So there's going to be a lot more that we can do now that we have our own spot.
Yeah, exactly. And once you get something set up and working, you don't have to worry about tearing it down and messing up whatever it is that you had working in the first place.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. The number of times over the last couple of weeks we've been able to, when we get done shooting, we can just walk away. It's like
this is weird.
Let's go get lunch. This is amazing.
No more shoving that in the back of a U-Haul truck.
Yeah, no more U-Haul vans, and yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so Mark, it has been amazing as always having you with me on the show. I want to do some housekeeping stuff because as I was setting up tonight, I realized I need a little help. I haven't updated my Amazon wish list yet, but it is going to be updated, and there's going to be a couple things on it because I realized my office needs some more updates that I can't really get into right now, just to make the show better. Because there's just things. You guys don't see me screaming and cursing my head off at the beginning, right before we go live, and sweating. I'm sweating. It's cold out here in Jersey, but I'm sweating my ass off because 5 minutes before the show, things blow up. So if I had a couple things for the office, I think that would be amazing, and I would appreciate it. So just keep an eye on my Amazon wish list because I'm going to update it in the next couple of days. Patreon. I got to keep my lights on too. So I would love it if you would become a patron of the show. And that way you can get to ask questions of the guests. You can help me pick topics, all of that fun stuff. You get access to my very private Facebook page. That is only for my patrons. So I would appreciate any help anybody can give. Because like I said, I got to keep the lights on. I am a one-woman show here. It is just me. I don't have cool producers like Mark to help.
I'm a cool producer.
You're a cool producer. Hold on a second. Can't do that. Okay. You are a very cool producer. And I know the one thing you really wanted to work with me on is my green screen. And as you can see, there is a tiny little hole, and I appreciate you not mentioning it. But anyway, Mark, thank you so much for being here. As always, love having you. Love having you as the second guest. Erica is going to be here next week. And I promised you all the announcement of who is coming after Erica. I am very excited to announce Derek Mackey, who is the president of Cool Water Productions. They rep, among other very awesome people, Doug Jones. And I've been warning you that I want to do more stuff about conventions and getting you guys like That's
an awesome idea, by the way.
Thank you.
Your idea about doing more stuff on conventions, I think that's a great idea.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, so we're going to start with Derek, and he's going to talk to us about what it takes to get your actors into a convention. And I want everybody to be educated. I want them to see conventions from both sides. So You've helped kick that off as well, Mark, because this was your first STLV. So I'm going to have Derek. And
it was so much fun.
yes,
I can't
it was
wait.
amazing, and I can't wait to do it again with you. So we got Derek, and then Stephanie, who is the showrunner for Trek Long Island, which is an amazing independent convention that's going into its second year. She is going to be here. Unfortunately, we haven't settled on a date yet because Mondays are a little sticky for her. Sometimes she has to work her day job, but she's probably going to be my next guest. Hopefully in the very near future. So that's all the stuff that's coming up on the show. Mark, I'm sure I will have back. Especially
Magic Lasso. I asked Chris to come on our show, and he might do it.
Oh, hold on a second. Did he just say Chris Pine?
I'm friends with Chris. I am friends with Chris from years ago. I'm friends with his father.
I'm glad you caught that because my screen froze. Oh, Magic! I want that for you so bad. I want that for you so bad.
Go Blue, Nancy and Dave, blah blah. Skyuma.
Hey, listen, Penn State's doing great this year. Penn State
Yeah. Go Big Ten. I'm all on Big Ten, so don't worry about that. And Michigan's crushing it. You got, what did you beat? You beat Nebraska like 412-0 this weekend or something.
Penn State, yeah. I was talking to my mom, and she's like, I got the last few minutes of the game paused. I'm like, what's the score? She's like, 40 blah 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 to 10 or whatever it was. I'm like, and you really are worried about the last 20 seconds? But okay, go back and watch the end of the game. But yeah, they've been doing some solid work. They've got a great QB this year. See, I can talk sports ball sometimes.
Sports ball is great.
Sports ball is great. I do.
My Vikings aren't exactly crushing it this
Neither
year.
are my Patriots.
So University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. I think they're 3-1. I think they lost to North Carolina.
Ouch. Which
sucks because they should not have lost to North Carolina.
That's the worst. And Lions really bring it home. If you're talking about my Lions,
I'm excited because University of Southern California, University of California, Los Angeles, Oregon, and Washington are all joining the Big Ten. They're all Big Ten as of next year, which is really exciting. I would love to have had Stanford and Cal join as well, but I think they're going to the ACC.
So what does that make, like the Big 20 by now? I mean,
Big 10? Nah. The Big 10 should have just absorbed the Pac-12. That's how it should have gone.
Right.
The Pac-12 and the Big 10 should have just combined to Big 10.
And then the Big 22.
Nah, made a 4-conference division. That would have been a division conference.
Resistance is futile. You'll be assimilated.
Resistance is futile. You'll be assimilated. Yeah.
There you go.
It is the Pac-2 now. I think it's Washington State, Oregon State, and I think that's it.
Oh my God.
Still left in the Pac-12, yeah.
Oh my God.
I think the Arizonas went to the Big 12. I think Utah may have also gone to the Big 12. I don't know what happened to Colorado. Maybe they went to the Big 12.
So yeah, so it sounds like slowly but surely the Pac-12 is being assimilated into other divisions.
Well, SC and UCLA went to the Big Ten, and that's when it all fell apart. Then Washington and Oregon came to the Big Ten. I'm excited about Oregon because University of Minnesota has a rivalry with Oregon.
Yeah, that's what
I like to.
That's what was sad when Penn State went into the Big Ten. Our biggest rival was Pitt, but when they weren't in our division anymore, it sort of like fizzled.
Pitt, yeah, you don't want to play Pitt anyway.
Well, they were our arch rivals for the longest time, but
no, that's a good game to have.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was always about when they played Rutgers because Rutgers is like my home state university, and I never, so I was like that kind of rivalry. But
well, Rutgers in the Big Ten now.
Yeah, they actually finally put together.
They play each other every year now.
Yeah, they actually pulled themselves together. I saw them play once. I got to see them play up at Giant Stadium, MetLife Stadium, because they figured the Penn State crowd was going to be so big in the little campus stadium that they used to have.
Well, there's 14 people watching and only 9 people have pressed the like button.
Well, what the hell is up with that? Who has not pressed? This is the only thing. Like, I love Restream. Mark, I don't know what you think of it. I love being, Pitt Panthers, JR. Sorry.
I don't know. It's not doing the it doesn't track the messages from YouTube and wherever else.
There is no wherever else. I stopped doing wherever else. That's why.
All right. Well, it stopped at a certain point.
What do you mean it stopped?
The messages in Restream stopped, so I have to have my iPad open.
Oh, were there more messages coming through on your iPad than what you're seeing in Restream?
I'm watching
you're watching it on YouTube.
Comments, yeah, but it's not coming up on Restream.
Oh, that's it.
My iPad.
There's probably a lag. I like it for some of the things that it. Oh, there we go. See.
Oh, nice. There we go.
There are certain things I like. This is probably my favorite thing, is being able to put up QR codes. Is probably like
you can do that in Restream. Oh, we can do that on our board.
Yeah, it's like for it's for dummies that don't like the non-tech savvy people. So yeah, that's where there's a little thing where I can do my QR codes, the chats. There are certain things it doesn't do. It doesn't let me delete chat comments if I want. Not that I would ever need to, because you guys are all awesome. But
oh, I delete chat comments.
Yeah, you have to have a moderator on YouTube that's willing to like do that.
Some people say some viciously horrible things, and it's like I don't super get offended about negative things people say about us. I get protective of people getting vicious at other fans in our community.
Right,
that's where it's like, no, I have no tolerance for that.
Just shitting on the shows, like
yeah,
there's no.
All Trek is good Trek. You don't like that? Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't get what you have to say. If you're going to be a negative ass, you're not welcome.
Hi, Reed.
Period.
Reed the cat just popped in.
Hi, Reed.
Yeah, he's too big to jump. He again, like I said, is why I need to restructure my office. Is there's no room for him to jump up on my lap. Otherwise, you guys would all see him.
So, are you going to put like cat houses on your Amazon wish list?
No, because I don't have any room in my house for a cat house. I do have room. I do need to get new scratching posts. I would love to get them like a huge ass cat house. I just don't have room for it anywhere in my where I am right now.
Hugeasscathouse.com.
There you go. I don't know. Can you guys hear him?
Oh, that was perfect.
What, Reed?
Well, I guess I think everyone here is watches our show and is on our Discord, right?
I don't know. This Mark Cartier guy, is he on the Discord? I see him in.
Oh, that guy's a shit.
Yeah, I know.
That guy's an asshat if I've ever heard one. If you guys watch out on our Discord and Patreon for the questionnaire and announcement for our upcoming live event. If you came to last year's live event, you're going to get a big leg up. And then also, if you guys haven't checked out Unplanned Trek yet, you should do so. Unplanned Trek is a part of the family now. Obviously, Stephanie, your show is. Do you have your schedule up for? Are you every Monday now again for
every Monday now again for the foreseeable future? Yep, I am back.
All right, well, that'll be fun to be here every Monday.
You are always welcome to hang out every Monday, and like I said, Erica's going to be here next week. It's going to be interesting.
If Erica's here next week, then you'll hear me being loud in the background. Are you giggling? Why are you laughing? He's laughing at me.
Not if I take your math shit.
You tape my.
She beat me to it. I was going to say not unless she trusses you up in a corner somewhere. So.
That might be fun.
All she's got to do is slip you some gummies, and you'll just be out, and then we won't have to worry about it.
Oh, that's a great idea. It is.
Bar of them.
It's. No. No more overdosing on gummies.
Did you tell her?
Stephanie knows. I don't think anyone else here knows. Maybe.
Well, there's people in the chats that know, but yes, be careful. That Mark, to put it succinctly.
I have zero experience with edibles.
Yes.
And somebody gave me a thing. So somebody gave me a tub, like a thing with a bunch of little edibles in it, and then a little container with a bigger edible in it. And I thought, well, the big tub with the smaller edibles, those must be more potent. The one thing with the bigger one must be less potent. So I ate the whole thing when I desperately needed to go to sleep.
And sleep you did.
Not realizing it was like 25 separate individual doses. It was, in fact, way stronger.
Mark is a cautionary tale.
5 times stronger than, yeah, it was horrifying.
He didn't tell me what he did.
I didn't
so for
know.
over 24 hours, I was like,
I have a memory of
kept
looking
checking
up
in,
at the
like-
ceiling, and she was on her phone, and she's like, well, he's breathing. I was like, shit.
but it wasn't until like 2 days later he was like, oh, I did this, and I was like, what?
I didn't know. I had no
forgot?
idea. No, I didn't know that it would be so strong. I thought I was just trying to go to sleep.
Yeah, honestly, I made the mistake of overdosing on
And
something.
sleep I did,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, I thought Tiffany is mentioning that I melted in the couch. I really thought I knew there was something wrong about an hour or two into it when I thought that I had like melted through the sofa and that I was under the sofa and that I would never get out. It was very strange. It was not a pleasant experience.
Did you think something else was wrong with you? You didn't think to put the two together?
Oh, I had no idea.
See, this is what happens. This is why I need.
I am a nerd. I am a good boy and a
Nerds smoke
dork.
pot.
Well, I mean, I don't smoke pot, and I don't.
No, I'm saying nerds. Some nerds do.
Nerds
right?
do cool things.
I mean, I don't do it really, but
Oh, your thing.
My thing fell because I actually got Reed up on my
Cat
lap.
climbed up your green screen.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I need to redo my office. I need a better chair because my chair is too big. I turned to pick the cat up, and when I turned back around, I knocked the green screen down. But
yeah, and sleep at it. So Tiffany, so anyone who was around, anyone Tiff, I think is the only one here that I recognize. I think it was just before we went to Vegas as well. So like we were wrangling like a bunch of volunteers to help us, and I just disappeared for 3 days. No one heard from me for 3 whole days.
oh wait, JR's got a first time edible story that I can't see because now Reed's in front of the thing. The first time I had an edible, it was so productive. I went outside and shoveled the snow outside my apartment. I wasn't asked to do it. Oh my god.
Yeah. Just shovel the sidewalk for the community. That's nice.
Yeah,
that can happen when you take the right amount.
yeah.
We thought he died.
I've done that on an edible that I had that didn't have any dosing on it, and unfortunately, all it did was make me sick.
Yeah.
But you got lucky if all you did was sleep. But for anybody that can see, I know he's sort of fading.
I mean, it was more than sleep. It was thinking that I was dead. That was not pleasant.
Yeah, no, that wasn't pleasant.
I continue to be disinterested in recreational drugs.
Yeah, if that was your first foray into it, yeah, I can understand why it would be a turnoff. Absolutely. As I
like wine and whiskey, and beer is a little too much for me these days as well. It fills me up.
Hey, Puka hair.
Give me a good cheese tray and some people to talk about Star Trek.
Yeah,
with.
there you go. A charcuterie and Star Trek. That's all you really need in life. That's a t-shirt. Give me charcuterie and Star Trek.
Or a romantic evening with the love of my life, Erica LaRose.
That's not a t-shirt that everybody can wear.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
Mark can wear that. We'll get Nina on making you that t-shirt, but for everybody else, yeah. That's okay, Puka. You caught us just in time. We're actually wrapping things up.
Well, this was fun. STLV was a blast. We're going next year.
In summary,
we've got our live event that we're announcing now. That's exciting, and we're really grateful that there's so many people still around our show, and our community just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's really fun.
it is absolutely fun, and I am so privileged to be a part of it. And I thank you, as always, for coming on the show. And I know that you will be here more at some point during the season. I'm sure we'll find another reason to talk, especially as the live event and everything else gets closer. So,
Yeah, and Dave Gregory, if you're coming to Los Angeles, let me know. It'd be wonderful to catch up.
Hold on,
to
let me
grab
see
it.
if I can get. So everybody, this is Reed. He's a tuxedo. He's very mouthy, and he definitely.
Oh, he looks like a little shit. He does not want to be held.
No, he just doesn't want to be. Yeah, but I needed to get him out of the way. Oh, Dave Gregory's thankful. Yeah, last one I need to hang out sometime in the near future, and he's gonna bring me. Now he's obligated to bring me a cheese tray. Let's see, Shuttlepod Show. Mark is so good at this. I think the Shuttlepod Show is a little biased.
No, they're giving me shit.
Are they giving you shit? Even better than Shuttlepod Show. You need to come back every time. Every time that Mark's on. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much for hanging out, giving us the DL on what's coming up with the Shuttlepod Show. And everything you have, I will share. So there is that. Guys, like I said, I could use the support. Be on the lookout for my Amazon wish list because some things are getting thrown on it. And I think that about does it for the second episode. Be with me next week when my guest will be the one and only Erica LaRose. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for this. And as always, everybody, don't forget to live long and prosper.
This is Connor Turner. You've been listening to the NX7062 podcast with Stephanie.